So what does a day-to-day look like if you're a technical support specialist at a software company in Manhattan? Well, I'm so glad you asked. When I start my day, the first thing I do is I log into Slack, and then I open up Google and I go look at my calendar. I see what do I have planned for today. Usually it's like a team meeting, or usually it's like an event the company is doing. Like right now, they're doing training on a new product they're rolling out. They've already rolled out the product. They're just making sure everybody's up to speed with what it does and the goal that it has for the company. Then the next thing I do is I go to Zendesk and I take a look at my queue. Usually I can have anywhere between 4 to 7, sometimes even 12 open tickets that are in my queue, and those are usually not tickets that I just got. Those are usually tickets that I'm actively working on. Some tickets I've been working on for a few weeks. Some tickets, it's been a couple of days. These are multi-step complex problems that I am actively solving. And sometimes in my schedule, I have meetings with clients. Usually they're having some type of issue with the platform, and they're either not describing it well or they don't know how to explain the issue they're having. So I always offer them opportunity to hop on a Zoom call. Hey, let's hop on a Zoom call. Let me see what you're doing. And, sometimes that like literally fixes the issue, because when I walk through it with them, I realized they weren't really following the steps, and they resolve it right there, and those are great. But if I were to give anybody a tip on if you're in tech support, right, I would say the biggest thing is learning how to really focus on one thing, and prioritize the most important thing. Prioritization and focus is like the biggest thing to not get overwhelmed, because at the end of the day, tickets are going to come. You're going to get tickets. Like, my queue ends up getting full, like a fair amount of the time and by the way, full for me in my position is 12 open tickets. You don't get assigned any more tickets if you have 12 open tickets. So prioritization and focus, right? So what is the most important task I need to focus on right now? What is the thing that is the most urgent? And let me make a list of like, this one is the most important, this one's the second most important, this one's the third most important, and then focus on that one task. And I usually use music to help me focus, and I use this thing called a Pomodoro technique, where you basically set a timer for 25 minutes, you focus for 25 minutes, and then after that time is up, you rest for 5 minutes and you just do nothing, and a good thing you can do is like just draw, or just don't think about anything about work. Just totally disconnect, draw, don't scroll on TikTok on it, and